Guys, another day, another video. But actually, before I start, I want to get myself a cup of tea. I think you should too. I've just had a very late breakfast, which could technically actually just be categorized as a brunch, to be honest. And I had crumpet, and I feel like crumpets are so thick and stodgy, and after having it, it's literally stuck in my throat. So I'm gonna go get tea and I'll be back. This is the mug I'm gonna go for today. This is just a regular chai tea. I literally got it from like Aldi. I did something quite criminal to my tea, and I did it off camera because I know it's really bad. But for the sake of transparency, I just have to tell you. So basically, this is the type of tea that you don't add milk to. I mean, I don't think you do, because it's not a chai latte, it's just a chai tea bag. Unless I'm making it wrong. I actually don't know. I don't know. I don't even drink tea, to be honest. I just bought it because I felt really bougie. But what I did was I added the kettle water to it, which is what you do, not out of the ordinary. And then I added colder tap water, because I don't like hot teas. I don't like drinks that are so hot, do you know what I mean? Because then it burns my tongue, and what's the point? Then I have to wait for it. But if I want it right now, then the only way is to get the perfect temperature where it won't burn my tongue, and that's about adding cold water. That's just what I do. I mean, it's not as bad as what my dad does. He puts in like this much hot water and fills all the rest with cold tap water. I added a splash. Anyway, so progress so far with novelty. Let me tell you, I am in a little bit of a pickle. I'm in a bit of a dilemma because I paid, pardon me, £60 a day for the weekend of the 6th and the 7th of June for, pardon me again, sorry, for the stall in Norwich, which is called the Shoe Factory Makers Market. I think that's what it's called. Never really heard of it before. And then I realised that it could maybe be Eid on that weekend. So then I came to terms with it, and I was like, it's okay, I should have looked at it, but I can't really refund it. So I paid £60 per day, £120 total. So I might have to just miss Eid, and that's okay, I'll go straight back home after the Sunday. But then, and this isn't something I realised, I actually knew this before I went into it and before I paid for it, that I'm going to need my own table and my own chair for this event, which is a market. So I'm going to need to buy a table, buy a fold-up chair, take all my books, which are not small items, they're big clunky books that I'm probably going to have to put in my suitcase, and manage that pretty much all by myself. Because it's Eid weekend, a lot of my friends won't be around, which is fair enough, it's Eid weekend. So I'm just in such a pickle. I'm in a jar, I'm in a little pickle jar, and I feel like a gherkin right now because I don't know what to do. I can't cancel it because they just don't accept cancellations unless you have somebody that can take your place for you. So I'm basically like gonna have to go, which is fine. I actually don't mind and I really do want to go. But logistically, how will I carry all of this, because I'm a weak little girl? So all that stuff aside, I'll sort that stuff out, no problemo actually. But what I will do is I will show you guys my wrapping of the books. So if you guys don't know what Novelty is, my business Novelty is all around books. It's all around sustainability and more than just books. It's to do with a blind date with a book that you don't know what the book is, that gets sent to you from a monthly subscription service to your door every month. I was going to say every day. That's quite often. Every month. I think that's enough. Unless you want it more often, you are more than welcome to opt for the option, or you can get it as a one-off and you can get that as often as you want, which is pretty cool, I think. I'm going to show you how I wrap my books and why I wrap them like that. Mostly it's because it is very sustainable, because all the packaging is recyclable, and for me it fits in my cute little vintagey aesthetic of it looking very rustic, simplistic, not too minimalistic either. It's in the middle where it's middleistic, but not mid in a bad way, middleistic in the best way. So that's kind of like the vibe I'm going for, and I'll show you exactly how I wrap my books. I think I'm supposed to add milk because it just tastes like black tea and it looks like black tea. So I can't tell if this is like a herbal chai tea blend or whether you're meant to add milk, because I'm not a tea drinker to know. So this is the book I'm going to wrap today. It's called Love and Other Words. What is it about? Well, it's about love and it's about other words. No, but if I'm being serious, it's about a lady and it flips from present tense to past tense. And basically she's about to marry this person who's like comfortable in her life, but she doesn't like totally love him or whatever. And then 11 years later, she comes across this man that was actually like her childhood love, but they like split apart for 11 years and they never saw each other. And sorry if you get this book, I just spoiled the entire thing for you. And then they kind of rekindle their relationship, but it goes back in time and it explains like the context behind why they broke up and how they grew into like different people And yeah, the ending is quite predictable, to be honest. If I'm honest, I don't think romance is like my type, because every time I try and get into books like this, I just find it like incredibly a little bit boring. Like obviously everyone has their own like preferences, but I think that just romance books are not for me, because I need something more in the mix. Like I love historical fiction with a bit of romance, or like crime thriller with a bit of romance, or like fantasy with a bit of romance. But I don't think I love it when the genre is entirely romance, because then I just get a little bit bored, you know? But some people do like it, and like that's fine, because you know it's fun to live vicariously through the main character. But yeah, let's start off by wrapping this. Also, that's not to say that this isn't a good book, because I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I read it beginning to end probably in like a day, and I really liked it. I thought the characters were great, and there is definitely a backstory behind the characters, and it's a lot deeper, and it's like a sort of self-discovery. So yeah, definitely a great book, and if you get it, you're in for a treat. So after that, with every single book, I get like a cleaning anti-back wipe, and then I just give the front cover a bit of a wipe, just to see if there's any like marks, residue, dirt, anything like that. And I do this to each and every book, because obviously they are pre-loved, so they might have stains or just signs of being loved before, which I think is an amazing thing with books, because it shows somebody else really enjoyed it, or in some cases they might have really hated it, but it doesn't really matter, does it? What matters is that it's now going to be in the hands of somebody else that will also enjoy it. So I'm just going to give it a good clean, because even if it doesn't visibly look dirty, it might still have like tiny little remnants of dirt or dust. So I like to just give it a good old scrub. I mean, I don't like do anything to the inside pages itself, because obviously the wet wipe might ruin it, but I kind of just give it a flick through just to make sure that it's like in all right condition, not ripped, not too bent, not yellowed or anything like that. And of course some subtle signs of, you know, use is all right, because generally I don't think anybody really cares. Let's have a look through. All the pages are literally perfect condition. I literally read it and I didn't spot a single page that looked dirty or like yuck, so yeah. Then I get my trusty brown craft paper, which looks exactly like this. And what I'm going to do is, she's a new pack, so I'm just going to open her up so she's ready to be used. I don't know why I expect it to smell like how a fresh book smells. She does not smell like that. She smells of nothing. Take off the wrapper. Yay! So this is pretty much the way that I wrap each book. I don't really measure it, but I do kind of lay it out, and I know I've got the thermostat on the other end there, but let's just ignore that. And I lay it out and I kind of cut alongside, so I'm just going to show you. I usually lay out another book, so that way I get the exact measurements that's perfect for 2 books. So what I do is I lay it out like this, and I cut exactly in the middle, so I know that each book has the right amount for it. Then I code each book, and by coding I basically mean that each book, because it's individual, it has its own like stock keeping unit. Love other words, LOW, and then I get 3 digits from the back of the barcode, 561, 561, and that way I'll know exactly what this book is. Then for the fun part, I like to start off by getting each book so that it's on its side. Double-sided tape makes this really seamless and makes it super smooth and easy to do. So there you have it, guys, the full tutorial, all the secret tips on how I get my book from looking like a regular book, like the one behind me that I'm too lazy to get right now, to something like this, where it's beautifully wrapped, and this is the Novelty style. This is how we do it at Novelty, where it's such a rustic, cute way to package a book, and it's recyclable, it looks so aesthetic, looks lovely, makes a perfect gift, and it's just such an exciting thing that you would want to open every single month when it arrives at your door. This one I wrote First Love and The One That Got Away, even though they do reunite at the end and it's all perfectly fine, happily ever fairy tale ending. But that's kind of how I do it. I like how it looks, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to adapt and perhaps change it in the future as I'm inspired by different and new things. But at this moment in time, that's what it looks like, and I like it. It's just a nice little simplistic way where I can really encapsulate the idea of it being something beautiful within it being something pre-loved and new, and the fact that we're doing something which is very eco-friendly, and I love it. I just think it's so great. That's exactly how I do it. I do this for every single one of my books, the same process, and it does take me a very long time, because what you just saw is what I do front end, but then there's all the back end stuff of logging it in the system and putting the code in, and then also making sure that it syncs with the app on my phone when I sell it in markets, that kind of stuff, and also researching the book, which I didn't have to do for that one because I did read it, but that doesn't mean I read every single one of my books. So a lot of the time there's a lot of research for me to pick out the best keywords that describe the book, and for me to think, okay, which one doesn't give too much away but also is like intriguing enough. So that's a whole thing in itself. But yes, this is what I do for a living, and this is what I do for fun, and this is what I do for novelty. So it's great, and I do enjoy it. It's very hands-on, and at some points it's also quite back-on, because my back does hurt after a while. But apart from that, I'm not going to complain at all, because I like it. I think it's just so cute and fun, and I love being able to spread the joy of reading through novelty and be able to make reading so much more exciting. And I can't even think of another word, like not exciting, but like wow, like not exciting, but like curiosity. What's the word for intriguing? That's it. Exciting and intriguing, because both the elements combined is like the beaming sun ray that novelty wants to spread around the world to people. So yeah, that's it. That's it then for today's video. I am drinking my tea now, which is actually cold, and I realised I definitely needed to add milk, but I didn't. Yeah, 100% need sugar and milk, but at least I know that for next time, because I've never drank that one before, and now I know that next time it will taste like even better with a bit of milk and some sugar, and yeah, and maybe a bit hotter, actually, a bit hotter, because that's a bit too cold. But anyway, yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I hope that it was just somewhat entertaining, and it gives you a little bit of like a behind the scenes of like what I do, how I do it, and I just thought, you know, why not make a chatty video and just chat to you guys, so you guys what I do. And yeah, that's it then. I've been quite consistent in my videos recently, and I'm so proud of myself. But hopefully in my next video I will chat to you guys about something else. I never script or plan my videos, whatever I feel like doing in the moment, that's what I do. Press record, that's it really. I didn't know I'd be doing this morning, but I suppose here I am and here you are. So I'll see you in my next video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and that's all. Bye.